Good morning, guys. As you already know, I'm Anne, and today is my final presentation about animal agriculture and how is it contributing to global warming. Before I start with new topics, I want to give you a quick review of the things that I talked in my other presentations. So in my first presentation, I gave you a little bit of information about factory farming. I told you how does the experts reach the conclusion that factory farming is the major cause of man-made global warming, and they reached this conclusion by taking a closer look at scientific data on greenhouse gas emissions, making a full accounting of fossil fuel consumption and emissions, and also taking a look of the indirect effects of factory farming that are wetlands destruction and deforestation. In my second presentation, I talked about the background of factory farming and why is it increasing. In the background, we saw that the increase of animal agriculture started, and the development of it started with the development of agriculture itself. When agriculture started to have some innovations on the end of the 19th century, animal agriculture started to grow. So we have some things that, some innovation and discovery that made part of the Industrial Revolution. That was when we went from hand production methods to machines, and there are discovery of vitamins, discovery of vaccines and antibiotics. We have also synthetic pesticides and development in shipping and network and technology. So to start with the new topic, I also pointed that the growth of population plays a big role in the increase of the factory farming. But nowadays, we have three main factors that contribute to the growth of factory farming. There are the flawed farm policies, the fusion of big companies, and bad environmental rules and lack of supervision. So now I'll start with the new subtopic that is the environmental effects of animal agriculture. I already told you that animal agriculture is contributing to the global warming, but now we are going to take a closer look at how it is contributing to the global warming. We know, at least I think you know, that 10 billion land animals are raised each year in the US for dairy, eggs, and meat. And after the factory farms have what they want, they are slaughtered. These animals leave big consequences to factory farm owners, that is manure. These 10 billion land animals, they produce per day 1 million tons of manure. It's 3 times the amount that it's produced by the US population, and that's a lot. This manure, this big amount of manure, leads to big consequences. The factory farming is responsible for 1/3 of the global greenhouse gas emissions. It's responsible for also air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, deforestation, and it doesn't stop there. Today we'll take a closer look at air pollution because it's a topic that is more related to our research. So the question is, how is factory farming polluting the air? And the answer is greenhouse gases. The first one we have is methane. Methane is 20 times more powerful than carbon dioxide when it comes to global warming. And factory farming is responsible for 37% of methane emissions globally. We also have carbon dioxide, that is another greenhouse gas product by factory farming, and I also mentioned in my other presentation that it used in transportation, electricity, heating, cooling, and all these things that are included in the factory farming cycle. We have also nitrous oxide, that is another gas product produced by factory farming, that is 296,000 more harmful than carbon dioxide when it comes to global warming. This gas, when mixed with ammonia, another gas produced by the factory farming, it results in nitric acid that causes acid rain. So now that we know a lot of information about how factory farming is affecting the environment, we know that it has to stop. So let's start with the new topic, that is some ways that we can solve this big problem. The reason that factory farming exists is because there is a market for their product. This market decides what to sell considering of what their customers buy, and who are the customers? We are the customers. So if we don't buy their product, the markets won't sell. And if the markets won't sell, factory farming won't be a business. And it's easy like that. What's not easy, but it's very difficult, is to put it in people's minds that they have to stop buying factory farm products. If I come here and tell you that you already have this information, but if I tell you that you have to stop buying your ice cream or your hamburgers and stuff like that, you won't. I believe so, because it's very difficult to put in people's mind that this actually has to stop. So let's take a look of some ways that we could at least reduce the effects of factory farming. According to one source, if everyone went vegetarian for a day, the US will save 100 billion gallons of water, enough to supply all the homes in New England for 4 months, for more than 4 months. 1.5 billion pounds of crops, otherwise fed to livestock, enough to feed the population of New Mexico for more than a year. We also have 17 million gallons of gas. There are enough to fuel all the cars of Canada and Mexico combined. We have 3 million acres of land and 33 tons of antibiotics. The United States will also save greenhouse gas emissions equivalent to 1.2 carbon dioxide emissions that are equivalent to what France produces per day. And we have 4.5 million tons of animal excrement, manure, and 7 tons of ammonia. So to conclude this research paper, I have to say that you already have this information. I already researched, I already gave 3 presentations, but this presentation and many other papers that go around the same topic, that is factory farming, won't be valuable if you, the reader, the listener, the audience, won't do something about it. So we already know the results of going vegetarian for a day. So it's logical that going vegetarian for a week, the results are going to be 7 times bigger. And if you want to challenge yourself even more by going vegan, the results are going to be even better. Albert Einstein once said that nothing will benefit human health and increase the chances for survival of life on Earth as much as the evolution of a vegetarian diet. Today we have the chance to change this world to better.